I created this animation with only one click. People used to need animation studios to create their animated video or their animation. But finally, here's a solution to create animation with a consistent character using only one image and one prompt. So let's generate with this workflow. First step, execute workflow, and this form will appear. So select a character, the number of scenes, and give it your story idea. And here you can choose your artistic style. And click submit. And now your video is generating. Okay, after some minutes, it will give you this output. And as you can see, here's the video that it created. And as you can see, it has this character on every scene, so it's consistent. You can finally create a character and use it properly on your animation with AI. Guys, before creating this workflow, let me remember you of something. So this workflow is available to download in our skill community. In our skill community, we also have two other workflows that are very similar to this one. But one of them create horizontal videos, animated videos, and the other one creates voiceover for your animations. So if you want this workflow, it will be available for free in this video, but if you want these other two, it's only available on our skill community. And in our skill community, we also have other workflows and other ideas on how to use the workflows we have. Okay, so remember to check it out. It's only 20 bucks and it will help us a lot supporting us. Since we live in Brazil, we are in a rough time here, so remember to check it out. It will really help us. So search for Docker Desktop. You're in the first link here, the containerization tool for developers. Download Docker Desktop and choose your system. If you are using a ARM64, you are aware of it. If not, if you don't know, you're probably using the AMD64, okay? And proceed with the installation. So before everything, go into your Docker Hub and search for n8n. And download this n8n IO/n8n. Okay, you can just come here, press this run button. Okay, so now let's create the folders. First step, create a folder for your Docker, so n8n project. Inside this folder, you need to create another folder, n8n data. Also create a shared folder. Next, you're going to create your Docker Compose. This Docker Compose has the .yml in the end. Open it with your text editor and paste this text that I'm showing you here. Next step, you need to create a Docker file. Docker file don't need .txt in the end, so just erase it and add it with a text editor as well. And here you will need to paste all of this in your Docker file. This Docker file will guarantee that your n8n installation has everything you need. Now inside the shared folder, create another folder called Animator. And inside the Animator folder, you can create another folder. Here you'll create the final short folder, Images, Overlay, Videos. And now let's open the CMD on your Docker Compose folder and execute these commands. Now you can use this Docker Compose build, okay, and it should work. Once it is done, you Docker Compose up. You can always pause and get those commands. Alright, now it should appear here your n8n FFmpeg. If you press this little arrow, it should appear your ports, okay. If you click it, it will open your n8n. Okay, so go to fall.ai and click here on Get Started. You can log in with Google or GitHub, and here you can choose for myself and click on Create with AI Tools. Continue. Here you can add a payment method to get this $10. You should do it because Follow AI is going to be used to generate the videos, okay? And we are going to be using Seedance, which costs 30 cents for each scene, okay? So go to API keys and add your API key here, create key, and copy this key because we are going to use it in the workflow. So that's it, you need it to do this workflow. Let's create this workflow. First step, on submission. And here you can put a title, and let's add elements. We want the story idea. So here's the prompt to create your story. So text area, and put a placeholder on what is the character going to do. Required field, one more element. The next element is your artistic style. It's not a required field, remember text area, but it will give artistic style for your animation. Next, we have the character. The character is going to be a file, and this file is a required field, only one file. If you want more than one character, you need to put both of them in the same picture, okay? And the last one, we have number of scenes. Each scene has 5 seconds, so this is the number of scenes, okay? If you do not put the amount of scenes, it will be 1. All right, so next step, we're going to extract from file to basics for string, and here we are going to put character, because here we are getting the basics for the character. And what is this creating? This data is creating the image, okay? That's what it's going to do. Next, we are going to convert to file, and we are move basics for string to file, like that. And here we can put data. Okay, next step, we are going to create a Gemini node, and this Gemini node is going to analyze image, like that. And here you need to choose Gemini 2.5 Flash. I think it's the faster one, actually. And we want a text input, and this text input, as we can see, we have this art style notes. How do we get this? We are getting this from submission, but we do not have it yet. So how to do that? Wait a second, I'll show you guys how to do that, okay? So simplify output, and here you put data, okay? And instead of URL, put binary file, like that. Yes. All right, but we do not have the field to put it here. So how do we do that? Let's execute workflow, and here you can put your story idea. I don't know. He jumps very high, anything like that. You can choose your artistic style, Dragon Ball Z. You can upload a character. I'll upload Shadow because he's amazing, and I'll put one scene, okay? Only one scene. Actually, let's put 2 scenes because it will be better to see it working. Okay, so now we have this information. We can pin this initial part here, okay? So you don't need to do it every time. So as you can see, you have here your artistic style and additional art style nodes, and then you have this, okay? This is what's going to do. Next step, we want an AI agent, like that, and this AI agent is going to do the following. It's going to do a lot of different things. And what are these different things? It's going to, on submission, get the number of scenes. So first step, you come here and get the number of scenes, and put here, oh, put it wrong, okay. Number of scenes right here. On submission, you get your artistic style. You can get your story idea, and you need to create exactly this amount of scenes. And as you can see here on the right side, we have the Dragon Ball Z, he jumps very hard too, and character reference is coming from the picture, the picture from before, okay? This is where this is coming from. So we can put here JSON content parts text, okay? It's going to work, but I'll show you guys how to do that afterwards. So total duration, here's a thing, okay? The total duration, as we can see, is 5, the duration here. So we put times 5 like that, okay? The number of scenes times the amount of time each scene has, and create the exactly amount of scenes. Why are there so many times talking about the number of scenes? Because it's make sure your AI agent doesn't make a mistake and do it wrong, okay? So we need a required output format, and let's choose any model that you like. I'll put Gemini 2.5 and I'll put an output parser. This output parser is really important, okay? And what is this going to do? It's going to take the magic bean coffee. It's basically going to structure the output like that. So this output is going to generate the scenes using the characters properly, okay? As you can see here, you can always pause the video and copy the prompt, but remember guys, if you don't want to go to the trouble of creating it, you can always access it through our skill community. It's really cheap, it's only 20 bucks. You guys can support us directly, okay? So let's split out like that, and here on split out we're going to put output.scenes. You can just write this down, no need to worry, it's going to work. So let's take the loop here, and this first loop we are going to generate images. So the videos are generated based on the image, and these images are going to be the first frame of the videos, okay? So let's create the character image, and we will need an expression here. And where do we get this expression? You can get this expression of the character from extract file and this data file, okay, like that. As you can see, we have a lot of data here, but this data is the image, okay? And we can put here data image JPEG base 64 and this, okay? So this is going to tell, oh, this base 64 is for our image, okay? This is what's happening here. So it's really important, okay? Like that. Data, image, JPEG, and the data from the extract file. Yes. So next step, we are going to create the prompt like that. So this prompt, let's see it. We need the artistic style. It's wrong here, so let's erase it and take your artistic style here. Okay, as you can see here, we have artistic style, and we also have this n8n initial prompt. And where is this coming from? This is coming from the loop. So let's execute workflow once so we can see all of that working. Before, let me show you guys, we need to put one more field, and this field is going to be the API key. Okay, so as you can see here, you put your fall AI key in this part. All right, now we have it configured. Let's execute workflow once, and we will be able. So for this first execution, you can't do it with the pinned thing. So let's execute workflow again. Let's put our story idea here. He jumps really high in the sky, like that. Dragon Ball Z, and you can put the shadow here with 2 scenes. Okay, and now it should work. Yes. Okay, so the workflow worked. Let's do the following. Let's pin this, let's pin this, let's pin this, let's pin this, and let's pin this. All of that's pinned. So now when we execute workflow for creating or troubleshooting, it's going to be faster, okay? But remember, once you are going to use your workflow, you need to unpin everything, okay? So next step, we are going to create a code, and this code is going to clean the prompt. Okay, so this is the code, and it's run once for all items. I'm going to get a clean prompt. Okay, and as you can see here, let's read JSON n8n initial prompt, right? This is coming from loop over items, as you can see here, n8n initial prompt. Okay, Next, we are going to create HTTP request, and this HTTP request is going to post, okay, post, and it's going to post what? And n8n edit. So you put send headers, and you put here authorization and your key. So where is this coming from? Let's click here, and edit fields, we have our fall key, okay? So this is what is going to happen. All right, so we can send body as well, and using JSON, and here we have all of that. And what is this? Wait, okay, this is the sanitized prompt we just created with the code and the character image from edit fields, okay? So edit fields, we have the character image here. Let's put it here, and as we can see, we have the data, okay? Next step, we are going to wait. But what are we waiting here? This wait is going to wait the HTTP request give us a sign that it's complete. So what is this? Where is this coming from? So the HTTP request we just created here, the n8n edit, it has some different outputs, and one of them is a JSON status URL. This output will tell us if it's complete or not. So we need to send headers, and you also need authorization. Okay, so let's copy the authorization from here to here, like that. Okay, but I'm forgetting something really important. Both of them, they need to retry on fail, like that. Okay, really important step. You always need to retry on fail. Okay, next step, it's an if condition, and this if, what is he going to tell us? He's going to tell us if the status value is equal to completed, then you can proceed, you can go ahead. Remember, this part it's a loop, so it can loop forever, so configure it correctly. Okay, remember, if status is equal to completed, like that. Next step, we have one more HTTP request, and this HTTP request is going to be a get, and this get is going to take the request URL and the ID, okay? And you also need to send your authorization here. So Windows V, and I have here the authorization, okay? Remember, always retry on fail, like that. Always do a retry on fail, okay? Next one is one more HTTP request, and this time around we will be getting the URL of the image, okay? So as we can see here, we have this part is to tell us which image it's going to get, okay? Remember to retry on fail, and it will work like that. So what is happening here? The first step is going to create an image. This one is going to wait the status to be completed. This one is going to take the ID, and this ID is going to give us information about the request. The request has an image inside, so we will be getting the URL of the image. With this URL, what can we do? We can finally save it on our computer. So to save it, we're going to choose extract from file, basics4 to string, and this is going to take the image into a data of basics4, okay? And after extracting this data, we can finally loop like that. As you can see, we are generating images here, the first frame of each scene. So what is next? Next, we're going to generate the video. So let's go. Before we generate the video, we need to save, actually. So let's create a mini code here really quick, and this code is going to run once for each item, okay? And it's going to return item index. It's going to create an array of items, okay? And what is going on here? We are going to convert to file, basics4 string to file, like that. And here you can put data. So what is this data field? We create a data field here, and it's going to use this data field here as well. Okay, this is what's going to happen, and then we can finally save in our computer. So if you created the folders just as you saw in the beginning of the video, this folder will work to you. Okay, so this should be your image. Okay, so now we can finally create the video. But where are we going to create the video? Let's organize this a little bit. I'll put the video up here, or up here. Okay. First step to create the video, create each scene, we need one more loop over items. Okay. This loop over items, it needs to replace this. Let's erase all of that, and let's create the loop. Okay. First step, he's going to read files from disk, and we are going to read the folder that we just saw. So by doing JSON file name, it should work, okay, because we have the previous node of writing files to disk. Next step, we are going to extract from file, base4 to string, and here we can put data to data, like that. Next step, we are going to edit fields, and this edit fields is going to do the following. You are going to need a base video. So what is this base video? This base video is getting the data of the image and putting there. It's the first frame of the video, okay? And we also need a prompt. And where is this prompt coming from? We have this prompt, and this prompt we're going to put expression. You click here, and you go to the split out section, and here we have the sequence animation, and you can put here. You can put here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we have the prompt working. We're going to create a code now, and this code, guess what, is going to sanitize the prompt, so the prompt will work as it should. Okay. Next step, we are going to create another HTTP request, and this HTTP request is going to request fall AI and sequence. Fall AI to use sequence. Okay, so we put here post. Remember, post is to upload and file, so we are going to upload a file, and this file is going to use the ByteDance Sequence Pro, and this is going to be an image to video, and as we tested, it's the best one for the cheapest price. So we can send headers, authorization, and here you put, guess what, your key. Actually, let's paste the one we copied before here. Okay, it's the exact same. Remember, if we're using Windows, you can always Windows V, so you can get the things you copied before. Okay, we need one more parameter here, and this is going to be content type, and this is application JSON. Okay, and we're going to send body as well, and we're going to use JSON because it's faster to just paste this here. And this JSON file, as you can see here, we have edit fields, base video. So where is this coming from? It's coming from the edit fields I just showed you guys. We created here base video, and the sanitized prompt I just showed you. So here we can see the aspect ratio, the resolution, the duration, and everything else. Okay, so remember, you can always configure as you want here. All right, so let's see where is this coming from. Edit fields, base video. So here we have this edit fields, and it's creating here the base video. Okay, this is where this is coming from. It's really simple, like that, and it should be working as intended, like this. Okay, if we look at the edit fields before, we also have here the edit fields character image. Okay, but this edit fields is without a number, and this edit field has this number 1. So as we can see, it's getting here edit fields number 1. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to repeat this end part here. So let's create the wait function here. Why are we waiting? Because we are going to HTTP request get a status URL we're going to send headers, and we are also going to send an authorization key. So let's take the key here again. I need to copy this again. Okay, here, follow AI key. So let's copy this. So in the Windows V, it's going to be up here. Okay. And remember, always retry and fail on every single one of the HTTP requests. I forgot to put here in every single one of them, but now I put everywhere. As you can see, always retry and fail. Never forget to retry and fail. So now we have the status. So let's copy this if here function. We can paste this here, and it should be the same inside. Yes. If it's false, it's going to be wait, and if it's true, it's going to move on. So what is it going to do? It's going to check if it's completed, and if it's completed, it's going to do one more HTTP request. And this HTTP request is going to be a GET, a response URL. We also need to send our authorization. Okay, so let's send authorization, and let's also send our key, like that. Okay, remember to retry and fail. Okay, and now we have one more HTTP request. This HTTP request is going to be a GET, and it's going to get finally the video. Okay, going to finally get the video. Remember to retry and fail, and afterwards he's going to extract from file, move to base64, move to base64 like that, and then what do we need to do after that? If you paid attention, you already know. We need to end the loop. So we have this loop here. Let's end the loop. So now we created a video with that. Simple as that. So here we are creating the image, and here we are creating the video. So now let's save it. So we're going to create a code first, and this first code, what is it going to do? It's going to make an index of items. It's like an array. Okay, very similar to array. And remember to change for each item here. Let's see if this one is correctly. Yes, for each item is correct. And this one's correct too. So convert to file, move basic4 to string, move basic4 to file. Yeah, like that. And let's put data. Okay. This data file is going to be saved. We're going to write file to disk, like that, and we are going to write the file into the videos folder. Okay, as we can see here. And what do we do now with this video? We're going to create the full story. Okay, so basically here we are saving each individual clip of 5 seconds. Now we need to do the final part. So let's get up here again, and we are going to create a command, execute command. Okay, and what are we doing here? We're going to use ffmpeg to create that. Okay, so on submission we have the number of scenes. So okay, so let's get the on submission. Oh, here it is, on submission, and you can finally get the number of scenes and put here. So it should appear like that. Everything else is here. Okay, not going to change. Remember, all of this part is going to be exactly the same if you take if you follow the tutorial from the beginning. Okay, remember guys, overlays, you can always add overlays with .mov. They are similar to PNGs, but in videos, so they have this transparent background. You can choose any music you want, and you can always check the output on the file, on the folder. Okay, so next step, we are going to execute command again, and this second part we are basically going to make the whole video work together and work properly. Okay, so this second part is already going to save the video. So now let's read file from disk. Okay, and here we have it, so you can access it through the workflow. Okay, so this should be working now. But I am going to do everything from the beginning. I'm not going to pin anything here. And let's see if it's going to work. I guess it's going to work. Let's see. So let's say again, shadow meets a sad person and runaway, I don't know, whatever. The animation style is going to be a simple animation. Yeah, animation. I can put here on, for example, 80s animation. But do I really want an 80s animation? Like 90s animation, yes, like that. I think it's better. And let's put 2 scenes. So he's going to meet a sad person and then run away. That's diabolical work. Okay? And let's hope this abysmal, gigantic workflow finally works. There we go. It worked! So go in your shared folder, animator, and here we have the final short. So let's see how it is. Let's see Shadow running away from a sad person. So he meets a sad person, and then he runs away. Okay. That's it, guys. So it worked. Use it for the best. You can create whole stories with just on one prompt. Guys, this was an amazing workflow that I created, and you guys can use it. It's not totally free. You need to use your Fall AI accounts. But if you want other workflow, one with voiceover and one for horizontal animations, remember to check it out on our school community. The first link is in the description, so check it out.